Hey Canucks fans, hello from Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm here in a small town called Medjugorje here for my leadership conference with Mary's Meals, a charity of which I'm one of the Canadian board of directors. So blessed to be here. Spent a beautiful 2 days in Split, Croatia, and now I'm here. So can't really live stream. The time change doesn't work out for my 11 p.m. usual time, but I can certainly check in with a couple quick hit videos, reaction videos, especially with so much going on with the Canucks and across the NHL. I just can't talk too loud because it's midnight as I record it and I'm in a very small hotel room. First and foremost, hope you guys are doing well. And certainly keeping tabs on all the news. Going to talk about Kirill Kaprizov first. Signs an 8-year, $17 million AAV contract extension. So that's a $136 million contract, the richest in the history of the NHL. It'll be the richest until Connor McDavid signs his new contract, whatever that may be. So obviously Kaprizov, $17 million a season, the biggest across the entire league. And with the NHL salary cap going up, no one's really blinking an eye. No one's really saying, wow, that's way too much money, because I've seen numbers and stats saying the equivalent to that is about a $12.7 million contract for this season or for last season. So the number kind of checks out once you do all the adjustments. So we know Kaprizov rejected the 8 times 16, at least that was the rumor about 2 weeks ago. So apparently it's 8 times, no, it's not apparently, it is 8 times 17 million. And what's really interesting is we'll see how this affects Connor McDavid's extension. We'll see how this affects Quinn Hughes's future extensions. So many storylines, so many interesting aspects to come out of it. One interesting one for me is I have Kaprizov, Connor McDavid, and Quinn Hughes in my keeper pool, a fantasy year-over-year pool. Thankfully, we used the salaries from the previous season, so I'm going to be safe for about 2 more years, and then I'm going to have to completely blow my team up, but we'll worry about that later. So once again, Kirill Kaprizov, 8 times 17 for $136 million, and we'll see how it affects Connor McDavid, and for us Canucks fans, Quinn Hughes. Let's talk about the Vancouver Canucks. Practice today ahead of their next exhibition game in Calgary on Wednesday night, and they had a really full slate of players. They had 26 players on the ice today, right after their latest round of cuts and waiver placements. They are now down to 30 players, battling for probably a 23-man roster. Yeah, so they still got to shave 7 players before the start of the season. This is how they lined up. 5 forward lines. Yes, they had 15 forwards. PD with DeBrusk and Besser. Then Philip Hedl between Arshdeep Bains and Connor Garland. Coots and Lekkerimäki with Evander Kane. I really like that line. Then we have Bluger with Sherwood and O'Connor. And then Ratu with Linus Karlsson and Joseph Lebate on a 5th line. Lebate actually dressed today, even though he cleared waivers, because of the absence of a few other forwards. So the forwards that weren't skating were Max Sasson, were Nils Hoglander, and Vitaly Kravtsov. They actually skated before this practice, because you can't have 6 lines at practice, even 5's too many. On D, all 9 remaining defensemen were there. Quinn Hughes, Philip Hronek, Forbert with Mancini, Marcus Pettersson with DPD, that's really interesting, P.O. Joseph and Tom Willander, and Tyler Myers being rotated in throughout. And then your goalies were Lankinen and Tolopilo. Yes. So here's a couple things. Thatcher Demko was not at practice today. The club says he's attending to a personal issue. The club was very quick to say that it's not injury related, and it's kind of sad that they have to say that every time Thatcher Demko is away from a practice. But I guess it's given his history, it's kind of the first thing that Canucks fans and media jump to is he hurt? But the team is insisting no, he's fine. And then the other thing is, but they also didn't say that he'll be back right away. So hopefully it's only a couple days. If it becomes more than that, if he doesn't suit up for the final preseason game on Friday, then we can start speculating then if he'll be back in time for the season opener on the 9th. So once again, and then on D, like all 9 guys were there. The 9 guys that are left. What's really interesting is again they played DPD with Marcus Pettersson, just as they did in the exhibition game. DPD on the right. So to me, I don't know, like it looks like P.O. Joseph and Tom Willander are the odd man out right now. They're the 4th pairing. But then where does Tyler Myers fit in? Does he go back to Marcus Pettersson and then that leaves DPD out? Or does DPD go back to forward and that leaves Mancini out? That battle between DPD, Mancini, and And Tom Hoglander is a very, very fascinating battle to watch. I'm sure it's going to keep going for the final week of the preseason. So, as I mentioned, the Canucks are down to 30 players on the roster now. So, it's almost the time where we can start to speculate, or we can just wait to see what happens. And the reason why, I should have finished that thought. The reason why Joseph Labate was practicing is Nils Hoglander. We got bad news yesterday that he'll be out for 8 to 10 weeks. So that's 2 to 2.5 months. That will take him all the way till Christmas time. So maybe Hoglander doesn't start until the new year. And that's really too bad, obviously, from Hoglander's perspective, because I think he was really, really looking to have a breakout year. At least that's what we wanted. That's what Canucks fans wanted. And it's tough for the team because he is a bona fide third line winger. He could play top six if he needed to, but we were looking to see what he could do and just how he might mesh with some of his new line mates or his new teammates and just be an important part of this team. But alas, we will not see that until the end of the calendar year, and it frees up $3 million of cap space from a standpoint of, they got to fill that spot with a roster player, like a current roster player. So that could mean one of the young guys has a better shot of making this team. So really quickly, including Hoglander, the 30 players that are still on the roster, you have the 18 forwards, you have the 9 defensemen, and you have the 3 goalies. The 18 forwards, again, it looks like, I'll do it by line, otherwise I'm just listing all 18 guys and it makes sense. I think the biggest story now with Hoglander's injury, who's going to fill in, and does this even give Braden Coots more opportunity to make this team, even if it's for a 9-game stint at the start of the year. And the fact, I love this line with him and Lekaramaki. I think they got good chemistry already. They both have motors. They're both working really hard, defensively responsible despite their age, playing with a veteran, Evander Kane. So could that be a third line to start the season? Coots between Lekaramaki and Kane. If your top line is EP40 with DeBrusk and Besser, that leaves a second line of Hedl and Garland with Arshdeep Bains. And I'm not sure if Bains has actually earned that spot or if that's going to be a spot eventually, or does Kane move up to that line to play with Hedl and Garland? So, of course, that spot could be in Hoglander's spot, who's out now. Then a fourth line was skating to Bluger with O'Connor and Sherwood. That could be a fourth line. And then your extras here are Ratu, Carlson, and Labate. Labate, again, waiver. Cleared waiver, so he's not going to be on this team. He was just there for practice purposes. So will Ratu and Linus Carlson be your 13th and 14th forwards, though, your extra forwards? If Coots makes the team, then Ratu is an extra. If Ratu makes the team, or if Coots doesn't make the team, then Ratu is obviously slots in as our fourth line center behind Teddy Bluger, apparently. So that's what it's looking like up front. Then you have your 9 defensemen. I think your locks right now, despite how they lined up, are Hughes, Hronek, Marcus Pettersson, and Myers, and then a battle for the third pairing of Forbort. Probably DPD is probably the inside track, and then Mancini is probably the guy you want to keep around, although P.O. Joseph has some veteran capability, and Tom Hoglander, as much as I like him, I think he's got to start in Abbotsford. There's no need for him to start him up in Vancouver. And then your 3 goalies, of course, Lankinen, Demko, who wasn't there today, and Tolopilo. So make that 18 forwards, plus 9 defensemen, make 27, plus 3 goalies, make 30. Those are your 30 remaining players. They got to chop down to 23. Usually you keep 2 goalies, so then 21, you either go 13 forwards, 8 defensemen, so 1 extra forward, 2 extra D, or do you go 14 forwards, 7 defensemen, 2 extra forwards, 1 extra D. So that's always a decision the Canucks will have to make, much like every team will have to make. How do you allocate the 3 extra roster spots? So Canucks fans, I'm so happy to connect with you. By the time I post this, it'll be just after 3 o'clock local time. So a lot of time for you to comment on this video. Say hi to me. Ask me about my trip. Say hi to me. And then I will do actually a post for Ask Me Anything. So for members only. So if you're a member, look for that on my community tab right now. And you can leave a question for me. I will do one from out here in Medjugorje. And for all of you, yeah, you have a lot of time. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about the roster battles. Are you worried about Demko? Are you sad about Hoglander? Do you think Coots will make the team? All those things. Put it in the comments. When I wake up, I'll take a look at them and I'll answer whatever you guys have typed in there. Thanks to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Gassy Jack Art, and Mulligan Golf Company. Thanks to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Line Change, legendary Carol Bovelander, legendary Brian Blingy Chohan, legendary Andrew Chang, and to Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. Thanks for your support. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. I always appreciate you, never take you for granted. I hope you can still hear me. I'm trying to talk as quietly as possible. Hopefully this microphone is indeed working. On your way out, like the video, subscribe, leave a donation if you want, help me out. But most importantly, leave a comment so I can answer it when I wake up. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.